अस्तु, प्रारम्भं करोतु। सर्वे म्यूट् मध्ये भवन्तु।
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं कर्वावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवादः महोदय। अस्तु, सर्वेषां स्वागतं। सम्यक् श्रूयते वा? नमस्ते। Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
आम महोदय।
Can you see me okay? One of the lights went off, so I don't know if it's dark here. Can you see me? Okay. Astu, any questions from last class? We did the Bhutakala. Any questions from last class?
Story was a difficult read.
Kimartham? Why?
No, okay, we could overall understand the meaning. Bahu shabda
Artham na janati va?
Artha na jananti.
Oh, signal madhye kim prishtavan bhavan? Why didn't you ask on signal? Next time ask such questions. That's the whole purpose of such group. Astu. So when we did Bhutakala, we said there is something called Namapada and then there is something called Kriyapada. So for Bhavishyat Kala, Vartamana Kala, we did a proper Kriya form for Vartamana Kala and Bhavishyat Kala. Whereas for Bhutakala, we did a specific form which actually is not a Kriyapada but is a Namapada. So from that, what do we understand? That there are two types of words in Sanskrita: Namapada, Kriyapada. So Kriyapada is something that indicates action. In other words, it's similar to a verb in English. Namapada, we said in the last class, we said it's equivalent to a noun, which is correct, but it's more than a noun. So it's okay. For our working definition, we can take it as a noun, but in general, anything that is not a Kriyapada is a Namapada. So there are only two types of words in Sanskritam: Namapadam, Kriyapadam. Kriyapadam indicates action, and everything other than a Kriyapadam is a Namapada. And that includes adjectives, adverbs, something called avyaya, etc., etc. But that's okay. We will approach all of them in a very methodical manner, step by step. For today's purposes, Namapadam is equivalent to a noun. So let's start with that. Astu. Let me start sharing my screen.
गजः
गजः अस्ति अत्र गूगल इनपुट टूल्स दृश्यते वा?
yes अस्तु अस्तु
अस्तु so let us so today we are going
द्वयं दृश्यते
किं दृश्यते
द्वयं दृश्यते
द्वयम्
आम् आम् two it's on purpose
okay
so today we are going to learn about vibhakti. We have been doing vibhakti from day one, except we haven't called it a vibhakti. Today we will define what a vibhakti is. We will see what where it is used and what exactly it is. So when we first started the class, we said we started learning about balakaha, balika, pushpam, phalam, ityadi. So what did we learn there? These define something. Balakaha defines a boy. Balika defines a girl. Or it's used, that word is used to represent a boy, represent a girl. Phalam is used to represent a fruit and so on. So from that, what did we conclude? We concluded that balakaha is a pumlinga shabda. Balika is a strilinga shabda. Phalam is an apumsakalinga shabda. So we said words have something called linga. So that is how we started. And then later on we said balakaha is one balaka, balakaha is many balakas. Balika, balikaha. Phalam, phalani. So what did we say at that point? We said these words can have a linga and they also can have a vachana. So that is how we started. But then we said just a balaka by itself, balakaha by itself or a balika by itself doesn't make sense. So we started adding kriya. So we said balakaha pathati, balika khadati, phalam pathati, and so on. So we started adding kriya. So let us start there again. So balakaha pathati or likhati. Let's do likhati. Can everybody see my screen? Is writing visible?
yes
Or
yes
need it?
perfect
Balakaha likhati. So what did we say here? Balakaha is a namapadam, right? Namapadam. Likhati is a kriyapadam. Then we said, okay, balakaha likhati is fine. And then we said balaka is namapadam, but it's also a karta. We learned the concept of a karta. We said balakaha is a karta, likhati is a kriya. So what did we mean by that? Likhati is kriya, which means an action. Karta is somebody who does the action. So balakaha is the one who is doing the kriya of lekhanam, of writing. So anybody who does the action is karta. Then we said, okay, this is fine. We added something new. Patham likhati.
karma pad.
Satya. So we said patham is equal to karma padam. So how did we define karma padam, Vijay Meenan Mahodaya?
How did we define meaning?
Define meaning, what is karma pada? What did we say?
Object on which the action is being performed.
Uttama. So karta is who does the action. Karma is on whom the action is being performed, or the recipient of the action.
Mhm.
Anantaram, so hold on one second. So likhati is kriya. Simultaneously we started learning the question forms also, right? So likhati is kriya. In this sentence, balakaha patham likhati. So what was the question form we learned? Kaha likhati. Does everybody remember this? Kaha likhati. Who is writing? Balakaha likhati. We didn't learn the question form for karma, but for now, let us say kim. Kim likhati. What is he writing? What is the boy writing? Patham likhati. Satyam?
Yeah.
Anantaram, what did we learn after we learned karta karma kriya? We learned the concept of samayaha. Ashtavadanam, Navavadanam, Sayankalam, Pratahkalam, etc. Right? So let us say Balakaha Ashta Vadane Patham Likhati. So what did we say this meant? He writes the Patham at 8 o'clock. Satyam?
Yep.
So what was the question form we learned for time?
Kada.
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 Kada likhati. Ashtavadane likhati. Then what did we learn?
Kati.
Kati.
Kati. But before that, we also learned putra. Where?
Putra.
So let us say he writes it at home. Balakaha gruhe ashtavadane patham likhati. So putra likhati. Gruhe likhati. Satyam?
Yeah.
So we kept on adding on the same basic concept of the boy writing. We added more and more information. So it's not enough to know that the boy is writing. We also want to know when he is writing. We also wanted to know where he is writing. And to get those answers, where and when, we also learn the question. We will keep Kati aside for a second. We will, okay. What other question, what other concept did we learn?
Kasya.
How he wrote. Hastena, with hand. Hastena. Do you remember this?
Yes.
So what was the question form for this?
Kena.
Kena. Satya. Kena likhati. Hastena likhati. Astu. Anantaram.
Kasya, whose?
No.
Kasya. Who? So let us say Ramasya balakaha. Kasya balakaha likhati. Ramasya balakaha likhati. Anantara.
Kaya. Like for receiver.
Kasmai.
Kasmai.
So let us say, for the sake of practice, abhyasaya. So tasmai likhati abhyasaya likhati. Anantaram.
Kasmat. From.
So let us say granthat. Kasmat likhati granthat likhati.
Kimardam nonedam.
Kimartam is same as kasmai. For what purpose?
Yes.
Kasmai is pumlinga question. Kasyai is strilinga question. Kasmai is also for napumsakalinga, but kimartam is used as a generic question. For what purpose? If you don't know if the answer is going to be pumlinga or strilinga or napumsakalinga, you can ask kimartam. If you know the answer, you can ask kasmai or kasyai. But basically both mean for what purpose or for what reason, for what. So these are the things that we learn. Satyam?
Yes.
So what are some things that are visible from this exercise? What can we gather from this? Anybody wants to attempt?
The questions they keep increasing. They want more answers from.
Satyam. So, and how are you getting the answer? What are the questions on? What are we asking the questions about?
About writing?
About the kriya, about writing.
Yeah, about the kriya.
Satyam. So, initially we said kaha likati, balakah likati, but then we said kim likati, kada likati, putra likati, kena likati, kasmai likati, kasmat likati. So we wanted to know more and more information about the kriya, and we also got the answer. What else have you seen? What else can you gather from this? How about this?
About the karta also.
What is that, Ratnakar Mahodaya?
About the karta also. Like Ramasya Balaka.
Ramasya Balaka. So we are finding out the relationship of the karta with some other entity. So Balaka, there is some Balaka, but who is that Balaka? Whose Balaka? Ramasya Balaka, Rama's boy or Rama's son. So we also gathered information about the karta, Uttamam. Anantaram, if you look at all these, vadatu Mahodaya.
Location, where
Where?
we learned Rame.
Kutra, Gruhe, we covered that.
Kasmai also we looked at Abhyasaya.
Also it is all in Vartamana Kala.
All in Vartamana Kala. Satyam. Observe this one. All the answers before Likhati. What lingam are they? Balakaha Punlinga, Pathaha Punlinga, it became Patham. Ashtavadanam, I think that is one thing that is Napumsakalinga, that's okay. Gruham.
Gruham is Napumsakalinga, right, Mahodaya?
Yes, Napumsakalinga. Satyam. Hastaha became Hastena, Pumlinga Shabda. Abhyasaha, Pumlinga Shabda, became Abhyasaya. Granthaha became Granthat, Pumlinga Shabda. So the same word, not the same word, but the Ekavachana word mostly Pullinga, but since we saw that the Pumlinga and Napumsakalinga forms are the same, we can, for the purpose of this explanation, let us say the same word is taking on different forms. Balakaha is remaining Balakaha, but Pathaha has become Patham, Ashtavadanam has become Ashtavadane, Gruham became Gruhe, Hastaha became Hastena, Abhyasaha became Abhyasaya, Granthaha became Granthat. So, whereas in English, we would have said boy, lesson, at 8 o'clock, 2 different words, in the house, 3 different words, with the hand, 3 different words, for practice, 2 different words, from the book, 3 different words. Whereas in Sanskrita, the same basic word takes on different forms, depending on the meaning it is trying to convey. If it is trying to convey a karma or an object, it ends in patham. If it wants to convey with what that action is being done, it takes the form of ena, hastena. If it wants to convey from what, it takes the form of at. Grantha becomes granthat. So one word takes many forms. So instead of granthat, if it was from balaka, we would have said balakat. Abhyasa, instead of abhyasa, if we just as an exercise, instead of abhyasa, if we wanted to use balakaha, we would have said balakaya, balakena, balake, balakam, etc. So the same balakaha form, we know, we learned it takes many different forms, and in each case it conveys a different meaning. So this notion of one word taking on different forms to convey different meanings is a vibhakti. That's all vibhakti means. It is nothing complicated. Instead of using 3 or 4 different words, in the house, with the pen, with the hand, for practice, etc., etc. In Sanskrita, we use the same base word and give it different endings. Balakaha, balakam, balakena, balakaya, balakasya, balakat, balake. So balaka is remaining the same, but it's taking on different endings. So when we say,
can you repeat, Mahadya?
You only tell me, Srividya Mahode, Ramaha. We studied Ramaha table, right? Ekavachana, what are the different forms of Rama?
Ramaha, Ramaha,
Ekavachana.
Rami.
Let's do Ekavachana only.
Ramaha, Rami, Rama, Ramaya, Ramasya, Ramat, Ramai,
Ramena.
Ramena.
So when we said Ramaha, what did Ramaha indicate? Karta.
It is Rama.
It's Rama. When we said Ramam, what was the meaning? The same word Rama became Ramam.
Rama.
No, Ramam is object.
Ramas.
Karma.
So the subject Namapadam becomes Karma Padam here, or what?
No. Rama is a base word. The way Rama becomes Ramaha, Rama becomes Ramam, Rama becomes Ramena, Rama becomes Ramaya, Rama becomes Ramat, Rama becomes Ramasya, Rama becomes Rame. So you keep adding different endings. For karta, we add aha, visarga. For karma, we add For the by or with form, we add ena. For we add aya. Of we add asya. From we add at, and in we add a.
Okay.
So instead
So-
of saying, what else?
So my understanding is each time it takes a form of the kriya or something else, a word, pulling a word or the stealing a word, it coincides with the kriya padam or another pulling shabda. It takes another form and gives us the meaning.
It takes a different form to convey different meanings, to add more context to a kriya padam, to add more
context. Okay.
more information about the kriya. Who is writing? When is that person writing? With what is that person writing? For what purpose is he writing? From what is he writing? When is he writing? Where is he writing? So we are adding extra information about the action, about kriya. So in previous classes, we used to say karta, karma, by or with form, for form, from, in or, we used to say all of those. So instead of saying all of those things, the equivalent word in Sanskrita is vibhakti. So a vibhakti is something that we already learned. It is something, it is the transformation of a namapadam into different forms because of different endings. But in each, as it takes a different ending, as it becomes a different form, it conveys a different meaning. Balakena, it conveys the meaning of by the boy. Balakaya conveys the meaning of for the boy, and so on. Satyam?
So, Bhanu Mahodaya, so, but the form changes mainly for the purpose of giving more meaning to the kriya, is it? Can we say that? Not necessary, right? Always?
Using that, you can get more information about the kriya. Using the different forms of that word, you can get more information about the kriya, but not always.
Not always, okay. Oh, yeah.
As is here, Ramasya Balaka.
Okay. So here it is the karta, okay, more information about it.
Here, exactly. Here it is saying the relationship between two different namapadas.
Oh, okay.
And there are two more uses. I will show you in the slide. But basically, at a more for a broader purpose, it gives more information about the kriya. Okay.
Can we say it is a case ending?
No, let's not do English, please, because it will confuse. I have seen this, I'm saying this from experience. English does not have a concept of a case. English does not have a concept of vibhakti. The people, the Britishers who translated our Sanskrita books, they didn't have the concept of vibhakti in English. So they went to Greek and Latin. They borrowed that concept. They applied it on top of Sanskrita, called it a case, called it declension, and confused everybody. So let us not even go there. We have such beautiful terminology in Sanskritam, vibhakti. Astu. Prashnaः सन्ति वा?
And Mahodaya, here we are using Namapadam as a generic word.
Let us take it as a noun for now. Namapadam is for our discussion today, we are taking it as a noun. प्रश्नः न सन्ति वा? अस्तु. Have I ended up confusing everybody? I hope not.
No, it's good.
Okay. Let us put some more structure around what I said. अत्र अस्ति. I have too many windows open. Do you see Vibhakti, the screen that says Vibhakti Parichayaha? Yes, no? Maybe?
Yes, yes.
Astu.
We had something that we left last time, right?
Yeah, we will come cover that. Let's finish this topic.
Okay, okay.
So there are two types of words, like we said, Namapadam, Kriyapadam. Kriyapadam is equivalent to a verb. Namapadam is, for today's discussion, it's equivalent to a noun. So what did we see are the qualities of a Namapadam? Namapadasya gunaha ka. Okay. So we said Namapadam will have a lingam. We said Pumlinga, Strilinga, Napumsaklinga. We also learned that it has a vachanam, Ekavachanam and Bahuvachanam. Ekavachanam is one, Ramaha, Bahuvachanam is Ramaha, many Ramas. Samskrita also has a concept of Dvivachanam, two Ramas, Ramau, two Ramas. We will see Dvivachanam in a little bit. And today we learned that there is something new called a Vibhakti for a Namapada. Namapada, another word for Namapada is also Subantam. We will see why it is called a Subantam. Just wait for one more slide or two more slides. Similarly, for Kriyapadam, Kriyapadasya gunaha ke visa purushaha, Prathama Purusha, Uttama Purusha. In the last class, we saw Karoti, Karomi. Prathama Purusha, Karoti. Saha Karyam Karoti. Saha Likhati. Uttama Purusha, about myself, Aham Likhami. Satya. There is also a concept of Madhyama Purusha. We will learn that in a little while, not right now. It is used for defining you, not me, not him, you. Vachanam, we saw Ekavachanam, Likhati, Bahuvachanam, Likhanti, Khadati, Khadanti. Just like Namapada has a Dvivachanam, Kriyapadam will also have a Dvivachanam. Likhati, Likhattaha, Likhanti. Again, we will do the Dvivachanam of Kriyapada in a future class. You can ignore it for now. Kriyapadam also has something known as a Lakara. Lakara is just a technical name for the Vartamana Kala, Bhavishyat Kala, Agnya Prarthana form that we saw. Vartamana Kala is Lat Lakara, Agnya Prarthana is Lot Lakara, etc. We will worry about Lakaras in a future class. Let's not worry about it. And just as an information, a Kriyapadam is also called as a Singantam. That's all we need to know. If you forget this slide, it's okay. We will revisit this slide in a few classes from now. So we said Ramam is Rama plus Ramena is Rama plus some form Ena. Somehow we got Ramena, etc. So why that is so? The reason is any word in Sanskritam is composed of two parts. Something called Prakruti, another called Pratyaya. So Prakruti is a base word. So for Rama, for all the different forms of Rama that we learned, Prakruti will be Rama. Pratyaya will be the different endings. Aha, ena, aya, at, asya, a, and all of that. For a Namapadam, Prakruti is more specifically called Pratipadikam, and this Pratyaya is called a Sup Pratyaya. For a Kriyapadam, this Prakruti is more specifically called as a Dhatu, and this Pratyaya is more specifically called a Sing Pratyaya. So Pratipadikam is a base word for a noun. Sup Pratyaya is the ending. A, ena, at, etc. Similarly, for Kriyapadam, Dhatu is the base form or Mula Shabda. Sing Pratyaya is the ending. Pat, ati, pat, anti, lik, ati, lik, anti, lik, ani, lik, avaha, lik, ati, etc. Right? So, Dhatu is lik and the different endings. So, just like for Namapadas, the same word with different endings conveys different meanings. For Kriyapada also, different endings convey different meanings. Okay, you can forget about this slide also. We will go over this slide many times in the future. So even if you don't understand this slide, even if you don't remember all these technical terms, don't worry about it. I'm just giving you some basic concepts so that we know why what we are studying. Like I was saying, Pat, Ati, no, here miss. Okay. Namapadam. So we said Namapadam, the base form is called Pratipadikam. The ending, the suffix is called Supratyaya. So, for example, if we take the Karta form, Ramaha, it is the Pratipadikam is Rama, the Supratyaya is Su. Now, why is Rama plus Su equivalent to Ramaha? Shouldn't be Ramasu? There are a lot of Panini Sutras that define why this is so. We don't need to worry about that. Unless you want to study Panini Vyakaranam, you will never ever have to remember all of these forms. You can completely forget about them. All you need to know is Ramaha, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramena, Ramaya, etc. I'm just telling you this for information purpose only. So Rama Pratipadikam plus just Pratyaya becomes Ramaha, Rama plus Am becomes Ramam. But the one thing to remember, or the most important thing to remember, is the Pratipadikam, the base form, does not change. Only the ending changes, and because we are adding different endings, the word changes. So because we added Su to Rama, it became Ramaha. Because we added just to the same Rama, it became Ramaha. When we add to the same Rama, it became Ramam. Again, you can forget about everything on the right side. Only thing to remember is the green form. Unless you want to learn Panini Vyakaranam, you can ignore everything on this slide except for the green pen. So going back to Vijay Menon Mahodaya's question, we saw one more thing. A Supratyaya, these endings, they are also called Vibhakti endings, Vibhakti Pratyaya. So this transformation, these suffixes are also called Vibhakti Pratyaya, Vibhakti suffixes. So what do we use vibhaktis for? To answer Vijay Menon Mahodaya's question, one, we saw to better define or to learn more information about the Kriya Pada. Ramam Pashyami, Ramaya Dadami, Ramat Svikaromi, etc. So it is the same Ramapada becomes Ramam, Ramaya, Ramat, and takes on different meanings. And it gives more clarity about the action that is being performed, about the Kriya. Ramam Pashyami, I am seeing Rama. Ramaya Dadami, I am giving for Rama. Ramat Svikaromi, I am accepting from Rama. So Rama becomes Ramam, Ramaya, Ramat. Vastu Nirdeshaha. So this we studied in class 1, 2, and 3. Balakaha, Balika, Phalam, Pustakam, Purushaha, Mahila. So a vibhakti is nothing but something that defines a thing, anything, whether it's Pumlinga, Strilinga, or Napumsakalinga. Any object has to have a name, right? So that name is represented by a vibhakti. And again, it takes a different form. In the case of Pumlinga, Ekavachana, it takes an aha ending, so Balakaha. In the case of a Strilinga, it takes Balika. In the case of Napumsakalinga, Phalam, ending. So a vibhakti performs, or a vibhakti is used to identify objects, identify anything. So first we saw it helps in getting more information about Kriya. Then we are seeing that it is used to name anything. And we saw this Ramasya Balakaha. So it is also used to define relation between different Namapadas. Ramasya Balakaha, Ramasya Patni, Rama's wife, Sitayaha Putraha, Sita's son, Phalasya Varnaha, the color of the fruit, etc. So a vibhakti is also used to define relationship between different nouns, different Namapada. And it also defines or adds more information to certain words. So in the last class, we saw or two classes from the last class, we saw a wonderful shloka. Ramaya, Ramabhadraya, Ramachandraya, Vedase, Raghunathaya, Nathaya, Sitaya, Pataye, Namaha. And what did we say there? The Namaha is used for all of the different words. Ramaya Namaha, Ramabhadraya Namaha, Ramachandraya Namaha, etc., etc. And we also said, whenever you see Namaha, you have to use the for form. Ramaya, Ramabhadraya, Ramachandraya. So that is also one of the uses of a vibhakti. We also said whenever there is a dana kriya, the person who is giving has to be in the for form. The recipient. Ramaya dadami, bhikshukaya dhanikaha dadati, etc. So whenever there is a dana kriya, Ramaya, bhikshukaya, etc. In another shloka or subhashitam, we saw Nasti Ganga Samam. What is that?
Tirtham.
Tulyam.
Tirtham.
Guru, Matru Samena Guru.
Matu Sama Guru, etc., etc. And it ended with
And then Vishnu Samana Devaha.
Nasti and Ante Nasti Ramayana Param. So whenever you see the word Param, you have to use the Ramayanat form. So essentially, a vibhakti performs many different functions, or at least 4 main functions. But what exactly is this vibhakti? We have been saying, fine, you are telling me what are the different uses of a vibhakti, but what exactly is a vibhakti? Vibhakti is nothing. So if you remember, a namapadam is a base word pratipadikam plus a supratyaya. We said that. This supratyaya is, you can also consider it as a vibhakti pratyaya, the different ending. So when we add different endings to a base word pratipadikam, we end with different forms of the same word. That is a vibhakti. That's all it is. The endings that we add to a base word to get different forms of the base word is a vibhakti. That's all vibhakti is. We already studied the different forms. We just didn't define what it is. Ekanimsham Vijay Menon Mahodaya. Ekanimsham. We said we learned karta, Ramaha, Sita, Phalam. So there are 7 types of vibhakti. So now we are naming all the things that we learned. The karta form, instead of saying karta form, we can call it prathama vibhakti. Instead of saying karma form, we can call it dvitiya vibhakti. Instead of saying by or with, we can say trutiya vibhakti. Instead of saying for, we can say chaturthi vibhakti. Instead of saying from, we will say panchami vibhakti. And instead of saying of or belongs to, we can say shashti vibhakti. And finally, instead of saying in or on, we can say saptami vibhakti. Pruchhatu Vijay Menon Mahodaya.
So far we saw about the change in the namapada, right? But you also mentioned the change in the kriya pada also, like likhati, likhanti, all those change. That is not called vibhakti, is it? That's also vibhakti, or only the namapada change is vibhakti?
Only the namapada change is vibhakti.
Okay. Understood. Dhanyavada Mahodaya.
Chintamani.
Mahodaya.
Bhagya Mahodaya, Pruchhatu.
रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते ये श्लोकः सर्वे विभक्ति प्रयोगः अस्ति सन्ति
सत्यं किञ्चित् अग्रे पश्यामः अस्ति तत् श्लोकम् अत्र अस्ति रामो राजमणिः अस्ति पश्यामः
सारी महोदय
चिन्ता नास्ति please ask questions. We went over a lot of theory. So I only, even if you forget everything about the theory, I only want you to remember 2 things. We already know the different forms. We already learned the different forms of the words. We are just giving them names. That's all we are doing. And that name is called a vibhakti. And there are 7 types of vibhakti. Karta is prathama vibhakti, karma is dvitiya vibhakti, and so on. We just have to remember the order. So that is one thing I want you to remember. The second thing I want you to remember is there is a notion of dvivachana. We will see that in a minute. But if nothing else you want to remember from today's class, just remember that vibhakti is nothing but a naming for something that we already know. So don't panic when you hear the word vibhakti. Don't be scared. Vibhakti is nothing but the naming of something that we already learned. Astu. Prashnaha santi va? Prichantu. Ask.
Bhanu, that means the sequence is important.
Sequence is important. Sequence is important. Satya.
Thank you.
There is something else called Sambodhana Vibhakti or Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti. It is used to address somebody. We already use that. We say, when we want to call or address a male, we say Mahodaya. When we want to address a woman, we say Mahodaye. Right? So that is Sambodhana Vibhakti. Ekavachana. But it is not considered a separate Vibhakti of its own. It is considered as part of Prathama Vibhakti. That is why even though you see 8 lines here, we say there are only 7 Vibhakti. Because Sambodhana is considered a part or a more specialization of Prathama Vibhakti. So, Prathama Vibhakti Karta, Dvitiya Vibhakti Karma, Tritiya Vibhakti by or with, Chaturthi Vibhakti for, Panchami from, Shashti of, Saptami in or on. So from next class, if you want to use any of these, instead of these, let us call them by the Vibhakti name. So people who already learned Vibhakti in a different forum, Meera Mahodaya, Sumitra Mahodaya, Ram, Narayanan Mahodaya, do you want to add anything to what I said? Or do you want to provide clarification to what I said?
Bala Mahodaya, I'll just give an example.
Vadatu Bala Mahodaya.
I'll just explain it differently. Like earlier, we knew that it was blue or ochre or purple or green or red or violet. Okay. Instead of that, we are now giving it names. That if it is Karta or blue, it becomes Prathama Vibhakti. If it is Karma or
Satya. You are muted, Mahodaya.
I gave a long lecture.
No, we heard instead of Karta or blue, it is Prathama Vibhakti. After that, we lost it.
Okay, so I said we already know these, what we have already learned, that if it is Karta, it is Karma, by, with, etc. So we already know what is already written in brackets. We already know it as a particular color. For example, when you say fall, we refer to it as fall as green color. Now we are just giving that green color a new name and calling it Chaturthi Vibhakti.
Satya.
Dhanyavada.
Instead of calling it as green, we call it Chaturthi. Instead of calling it orange, we call it as Dvitiya Vibhakti. That's all it is.
Bhanu Mahodaya, in the Gruha Karyam, the exercises what we did with the question and you made us do some question and ask question, and also that also really helped for all the vibhaktis.
Satyam. So each vibhakti has its own question form. Saha, kam, kena, kaya, kasmai, kasmat, kasya, and putra. It should kasmin, but we learned it as putra or kada. Satya.
I did make a table one time. I do not know when. I think so pratama, kaha, kim, ke, kani, ekavachana, bahuvachana, like that. So that really helped me.
Share it with us, Mahodaya.
Yeah, sure.
I also have the Dvivachana, but it's okay to share that.
We are going to study Dvivachana after everybody asks their question.
Okay. All right.
In this class only we will study Dvivachana.
All right. Okay.
Anye prashnaha santi va? Narayanan Mahodaya, Meera Mahodaya, do you want to add color, more context, more meaning? Sumitra Mahodaya, the more advanced student. Or would you explain it in a different way?
No, that sentence example what you gave where you built up one vibhakti by one vibhakti, that was a very nice construct.
I learned it from my teacher. All the credit goes to Hari Mahodaya.
Yeah, so that's a nice construct. So maybe it may make a sense to repeat that again after knowing this.
Satyam. Astu. Kurmah. Tathaiva kurmah.
Mahodaya, do we have the separate class for the rules for different vibhaktis?
Rules ityukte?
That is separation like patati, namaha, in which vibhakti?
So what we'll do in future classes is take each vibhakti. We already studied each of these vibhaktis, but we'll add more detail. So when we see namaha, it has to be in Chaturthi vibhakti, etc. Yeah, certainly we will do. So we learned only one purpose of each vibhakti. We said Ramam is karma pada, which we learned today is Dvitiya vibhakti. But Dvitiya vibhakti has other purposes also, which we didn't learn. So we will go vibhakti by vibhakti and learn more details. What else is it used for?
Astu, dhanyawad.
Satyam. Dhanyawad. Narayanan Mahodaya. Screen drishyate va? Kim vaktum ichchati? What did you want to do here, Mahodaya?
No. What I was saying is that after having studied the vibhakti, now if you come back to this, it makes it much more clearer.
Astu. So please remain unmuted and tell me if this is what you wanted. So balakaha prathama vibhakti, patham dvitiya vibhakti, hastena. So let us actually put it in the same order. Hastena tritiya vibhakti, abhyasaya chaturthi vibhakti, ग्रंथात पंचमी विभक्ति, रामस्य बालकः षष्ठी विभक्ति, गृहे और अष्टवादने सप्तमी विभक्ति. Is that what you wanted, Mahodaya?
Correct. So now we can relate it back to the vibhaktis.
Prathama.
Plus the question forms also actually get built in. Kaha, kim, kena, kasmai. All these question forms also come together.
अस्तु. अनन्तरं तो बालकः प्रथमा विभक्ति, पाठं द्वितीया विभक्ति, हस्तेन तृतीया विभक्ति, अभ्यासाय चतुर्थी विभक्ति, ग्रंथात् पंचमी विभक्ति, रामस्य षष्ठी विभक्ति, अष्टवादने और गृहे सप्तमी विभक्ति.
Bhanu Mahodaya, this part also can go into one of your slides.
अस्ति document मध्ये अस्ति, प्रेषयामि. It's in the document. I will send the document.
Oh, thank you.
I actually have the same thing for Strilinga also. I made up a sentence just for Can you see my Vibhakti Parichayah? Can you see this?
Yes.
So same thing. Ramasya balakaha blah etc. etc. Strilinge. Sitayah janani rotikam churikaya anujayai thalikayah bhojana kakshayam pariveshayati. So I'll leave this as an exercise to you. You build it up using the same question form like we did for Pumlinga. But basically, Janani Prathama Vibhakti, Rotikam Dvitiya Vibhakti, छुरिकया तृतीया विभक्ति, अनुजा यै चतुर्थी, स्थालिकायाः पंचमी, सीतायाः षष्ठी, and भोजन कक्षायां सप्तमी. I will share this document also. अस्तु, प्रश्नाः सन्ति वा?
Mahodaya, I do not know is it the right question to ask now. Tritiya and I think Panchami or Shashti. It's when you're writing sentences, it's almost. I mean, it's you can choose either one. Is that right?
We will see when to use which. Agre, in a future class we will see when to use which vibhakti. There are certain.
Dhanyawad.
Sudha Mahode, Manjula Mahode, Anupama Mahode. Prashnaha santi va?
We need time to go over it a few times and then understand it, try to understand.
Okay. You can ask me questions on Signal or you can ask me next class. No problem. We'll have more discussions about it. We will Agre Saramaha. As Bala Mahodaya said, we already know what the answer is. We just are giving it new names. That's all we are doing today. So the same table, except for the first column, I took the same table that we have been following and added this first column. Ramaha, Ramaha is Prathama, Ramam, Raman is Dvitiya, and so on. Just so you can have continuity. So this table, except for the first column, is what we have been using for the last so many classes. I mapped the Vibhakti forms onto this table. So Karta is Prathama, Karma is Dvitiya, and so on. Anantaram, you see this.
Karma. For Karma, we can use Kim, no? Prashna form.
Kim. We can use Kim, but there are more specific questions. Kam, but yeah, Kim is fine. Kim is fine. For now, Kim is fine. Later on, when we learn the more specific form, don't use Kim. Astu. Dvivachanam. Many of you have asked, when are you going to teach us Dvivachanam? So today is the day. Muhurtam is good today, so we are going to learn about Dvivachanam. There is nothing to Dvivachanam. So some languages, Sanskritam, I believe some of the Middle Eastern languages like Arabic have the notion of Dvivachanam. We saw Ekavachanam and Bahuvachanam. Ekavachanam is one, Bahuvachanam is many. In Sanskritam, we have a notion of representing two objects with Dvivachanam. So the question comes, why? The reason is there are many things in life that come in pairs. 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, Guru Shishya, husband and wife, night and day, etc. So whether it is people or animals or things or concepts, war and peace, like that. So there are a lot of pairings, Parvati, Parameshwara, etc. There's a very famous shloka also, right? Parvati, Parameshwara, Vagartha, Vivartam, Sukha, etc. etc.
Sanatana Dharma is full of dualities.
Duality. So
Jagadapidaro Vande Parvati Parameshwaro.
Parvati Parameshwara. Parvati and Parameshwara. So
Lakshmi Narayana.
Lakshmi Narayana. Satyam. Sita Rama.
Sukha
Dukkam. Satyam. Day and night.
Shitalam.
Shitalam Ushnam. Even the shloka that we chant at the beginning, सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनस्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. So that is chanted between a student and a teacher. May we both have the blessings. May we both not fight with each other. May we both learn from each other. May we have a peaceful life, so on and so on and so forth. So it is between the teacher and the student. It's not entire world. It's not sarve janaha sukhina bhavantu, not sarve santu niramaya. That's a different one. That's for the entire world. But sahana bhavatu is between the teacher, the shishya and the guru. So we will study the meaning. We will break it down later. But there also a lot of dvivachana is used.
Mahodaya, yeah, here when you said Parvati Parameshwaro, it is Dvivachanam there we are using?
Dvivachanam. Parvati and Parameshwara.
So we can use it for like couples, basically.
Yeah, couples. In fact, the word Dampati is exists only in Dvivachana. Couple, certainly couple, husband and wife. Parvati Parameshwara. Somebody said Sita Rama. No, somebody said Lakshmi Narayana, etc.
Lakshmanau.
Rama Lakshmanau. Satyam, Satyam.
Hastau.
Hastau.
Labal, Alabau.
Satyam, Satyam. It can represent physical things as well as concepts. So there is nothing hard or difficult about it. It's just that, just like everything else in Sanskrita, it takes different forms. Instead of Ramaha Ekavachanam and Ramaha Bahuvachanam, it is Ramau, two Ramas. Sita Ekavachanam, Sitaha Bahuvachanam, Site Dvivachanam, two Sita. There is a spelling mistake here. It should be Site, but two Sita. Phalam Ekavachanam, Phalani Bahuvachanam, Phale Dvivachanam, two fruits. That's all. There is nothing special about Dvivachanam. In fact, the Vibhakti forms of Dvivachanam are easy. There are only 4 forms we need to learn for all 8, for all the 7 Vibhakti. I will show them in the next class. It's easy. Don't worry about it. So here we have a table of Pullinga, Strilinga and Napumsakalinga in Ekavachanam and Dvivachanam. Ramaha, Ramau, Balakaha, Balakau, Mandukaha, Mandukau, 2 frogs. Mayuraha, Mayurau, 2 peacocks. Chashakaha, Chashakau, Chamasaha, Chamasau. So Akaranta Pullinga, Dvivachana form ends in au, 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 au. Strilinga. Sita, Site, Balika, Balike, Mala, Male. So Akaranta Strilinga, Dvivachana form ends in a. Janani, Jananyau, Nadi, Nadyau, Lekhani, Lekhanyau. Ikaranta Strilinga ends in au, 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 au. Napumsakalinga. Phalam, Phale, Mandiram, Mandire, Pustakam, Pustake, Kridanganam, Kridangane, Sthalam, Sthale, Jnanam, Jnane. 2 fruits, 2 mandiras, 2 books, 2 playgrounds, etc. And they all nicely end in a. Napumsakalinga is the easiest to learn. Prashnaha santi va?
So Mahodaya, for Sukha Dukkam, if someone mentioned Sukha Dukkam, so can we, if we use it in Dvivachanam, how will it be?
It depends. What do you want to use it for, right?
Okay.
So that's the whole point of Vibhakti, right? You want to use it as a Karta, you want to use it as Karma, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti. We will see that. We will see that.
It's there in this thing shloka no Mahodaya sukha dukhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau tasmad uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishchayah.
अर्थः कः?
sukha dukhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau, all the dualities.
Treat them same.
Same kritva, you have a same attitude of equanimity towards all dualities.
Sukha dukha, in for sukha dukha, labha alabha, etc.
Ajaya.
Jaya ajaya, victory and defeat have the same sthita pragnata, same attitude. Satya. So this is the Rama table that we have been using. We just added this extra column of Dvivachana. So Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramau, Raman, Ramena, Ramabhyam, Ramaihi, Ramaya, Ramabhyam, Ramebhyah, Ramat, Ramabhyam, Ramebhyah, Ramasya, Ramayoho, Ramanam, Rame, Ramayoho, Rameshu. So we studied it without this column. We just added this column. We will study this in more detail. It is here for your reference only. We will study all of this in more detail in future classes. Same way, Sita, Nadi, and Phala. Don't worry if you don't understand this, or you don't have to memorize any of this right now. Bhagya Mahoday, your shloka has come. You want to do this, Bhagya Mahoday?
Yes, Mahodaya.
Astu. Eka nimisham.
Okay. Ramo Rajamanihi sada vijayate. Ramo Rajamanihi sada vijayate. Ramam Ramesham bhaje. Ramena bihata nishacharachamuho Ramaya tasmai namaha. Ramat nasti parayanam parataram Ramasya dasosmyaham. Rame chittalaya sada bhavatu me bo Rama mamuddara.
Astu. Samyak. So there are a lot of sandhis here. So let us try to break the sandhi so that it is easy to analyze. Ramaha. Ramam is fine. Ramena adhihata nishachara samuhu. Ramat nasti parayanam parataram Ramasya dasaha asmi aham Rame chittalaya sada. Okay. So let us put all these broke okay, same shloka with the sandhis broken down, so it is easier to read. Astu. Ramaha Rajamanihi. Kim arthah swaha Bhagya Mahoday?
Ramaha Rajamanihi. Rama is king.
Rajamani. He is like a mani among rajas, mani among kings. Kim?
Ramaha Shresthaha among kings, right?
You are breaking up.
Ramaha Shresthaha. I mean, in Sarve Rajaha Ramaha Shresthaha.
Rajanam Ramah Shrestha. Or he is like a mani among all the kings. So Rajamanihi. So Bhagya Mahoday, Ramaha Rajamanihi. Ramaha, what form is it?
Ramaha Prathama Vibhakti.
Prathama Vibhakti. This one Rajamanihi.
Rajamanihi is also Prathama Vibhakti.
Prathama Vibhakti. Sada is always.
Always. Vijayate.
Vijayate. Kriyapadam. Vijayate is victorious. Okay, let's give a chance to somebody else. Who wants to do this part?
So Vijayate is Atmani Pada, right?
Atmani Padi. Satya. Ramam Ramesham Bhaje. Who wants to do this? Somebody who has not done so far. Manjula Mahoday. Srividya Mahoday, next one you do. Manjula Mahoday. Ramam Ramesham Bhaje. Ramam, what form is Ramam? Ramaha, Ramam, Ramena. Just Ramam. Ramam is karma. Dvitiya vibhakti. Ramam. Aham Ramam Pashyami. I am seeing Rama.
Okay.
Rama is karma padade. I am seeing Rama. Right? You remember that, Mahoday?
Yes.
Ramam atra pashyate. Ramaha Ramam. Or let us go back to the table that you are used to. Ramaha Ramam is karma. This is what we have been using. Right?
Yes.
So Ramam is karma padam. So it is the object. Ramam, no, not this one. Ramesham. Ramesha is, what is the meaning of Ramesha?
You see one more name for Rama?
Ramaha, Ramayaha.
Ramaha Isha.
Oh, Sita's Isha. Like.
Sita's Isha. Sita's Isha, God, whatever. Ramaya Isha. Bhaje. I pray to, I do bhajana of that Rama. Ramam Ramesham Bhaje. So Ramam is karma. So Dvitiya Vibhakti. Ramaha Prathama Vibhakti. Ramam Dvitiya Vibhakti. Astu. Dhanyavadah. Srividya Mahoday.
Ramena Abhihata Nishachara Chamuhu. Ramena. With Rama.
By Rama.
By Rama. Abhihata.
Abhihata is the Kriya Padam. Killed. Hata.
Nishachara Chamuhu is Rakshasa. Nishachara.
Nishachara is Rakshasa. Somebody who roams around.
Rakshasa.
Nishachara is somebody
night.
Night time. Nisha is night. Chara is roaming.
Chamuhu.
Chamuhu is an army.
Is as a gang.
Group, army.
Group.
So Ramena Abhihata Nishachara.
So this Rakshasas, Nishachara army was killed by Rama.
Killed by Rama. So Ramena Abhihata Nishachara Chamuhu. The army of Rakshasas killed by Rama.
So if you actually arrange it in the Karta Karma Kriya Padam form, it will be Nishachara Chamahu Ramena Abhihataha. Correct, right?
Oh, thank you.
Uttamam. Nishachara Chamuhu Ramena Abhihata. Uttamam. Dhanyavadah. So Ramena, what form is it, Mahoday? Srividya Mahoday?
Tritiya Vibhakti.
Tritiya.
Tritiya Vibhakti.
Satya. Who wants to do this one? Anybody who has not tried so far? Rachna Mahoday, you know this shloka. Who's speaking?
Sumitra.
Vadatu Mahoday.
Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Ramaya will be like fourth, Chaturthi Vibhakti.
For Rama.
For Rama. I salute for Rama. I should say like.
Namaha.
Namaha is short for.
Namaha. So whenever you have Namaha, the object, the recipient of that Namaha has to be Chaturthi Vibhakti. So Ramaya Namaha, Krishnaya Namaha, Shivaya Namaha, Parvatyai Namaha, Saraswatyai Namaha, ityadi. Tasmai, that, for that. We didn't study this, but for that Rama Namaha.
So I salute Rama, who destroyed the mighty armies of demons. The full line.
We can say that. Vaksum Shakyate. For that Rama, my Namaha. Satya. So Ramaya is what Vibhakti, what form?
Chaturthi
Vibhakti. Ramat Nasti. Who wants to
Mahoday, that Tasmai, even if you remove Tasmai, there is no loss of meaning in that sentence.
Satyam.
Ramaya Namaha.
Ramaya Namaha, but here the poet wants to emphasize that particular Rama who destroyed the Nichachara Samuha.
Okay.
Who wants to do this?
Mahodaya, or maybe the poet wants to stick to the meter. The meter of the poem. That's why he would have inserted that Tasmai.
A lot of times because of Chandas, words are added. Satya. Sudha Mahoday, do you want to try this? You are muted, Mahoday.
Ramat is Panchami Vibhakti.
Arthaha kaha Ramat?
From Rama. From Rama. Nasti. There is no.
It's not there.
It's not there. Parayanam Parataram. I don't know. Parayanam.
Parayanam is refuge.
Okay.
Parataram is ultimate. There is nothing beyond that. So, from Rama, there is nothing, no refuge beyond Rama. Parayanam is refuge. Parataram means the highest, superlative form. Nothing beyond that. So one of the rules, we will see it in a future class, whenever you have these kind of superlatives, you have to use Rama, the Panchami Vibhakti form. We saw in the previous shloka, right? Ramayanat Nasti Param.
Sitayah Param.
What is that?
Ramayanat. Then we also saw Sitayah. No. We saw Sitayah Param.
Whenever you have Param or any superlative form, you have to use Panchami Vibhakti. That's okay. We will learn all those rules. But here, basically, what the poet is trying to say, from Rama, there is nothing no refuge, that is more superlative, that is more excellent.
I will try this one.
Try karo. Prayatnam karo.
Ramasya dasah asmi aham. So Rama's dasa, or was servant or devotee. Asmi aham. So I am that Rama's servant.
We learned asti, that is for others. Saha asti, pustakam asti, vrukshaha asti. Asmi is for myself.
Oh.
I exist. I am there. Like that.
So I am that Rama's servant.
I am Rama's servant. Like Sudha. So aham is actually no need, because asmi is always used for me only. Aham only. Aham is superfluous here. Need not be used, but like Sudha Mahodaya said, probably because of Chandas, the poet used Ramasya dasosmi aham. He wanted probably to get the right count of syllables, that's why he used it. But in general, aham is used only with, asmi is used only with aham.
And that Ramasya is Shashti Vibhakti.
Ramasya is Shashti Vibhakti. Satya.
So, Mahodaya, Dasaha is the Pratama, right here?
Ramasya Dasaha. Dasaha is Pratama. Satyam.
And Parayanam, Parataram will become Didvitiya. So where is the Kriya Padam? Nasti.
Vijayate. There are many, right?
Okay.
Can be an adjective also, no?
So we will come one by one.
One more, I'll do the last this sentence.
Please do. This is from your
Rama Raksha Stotras. Yeah. I keep doing it, but I never realized it was like, this one sentence has all the forms. And not knowing the meaning problem.
I remembered you are learning that. That's why I called out your name. Karoti.
Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhavatu Me Bho Rama Muddhara.
Wait one second. So do this highlighted portion. Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhavatu.
Rame is like the in Rama.
So which vibhakti?
It is seventh. So Saptami Vibhakti.
Meaning Artha Kaha?
In Rama, my chitta is Sada is always Bhavatu. Bhavatu would be?
May it be. Agnya Prarthana form. May it be.
May it be. Okay. May my chitta be always in Rama.
Uttamam. May is my.
My chitta.
Satyam. Rame, in Rama, Chittalayaha, my chitta, my manas, my heart, my dhyanam, sada, always, bhavatu, may it exist. May my. So, may my chitta exist always in Rama.
In Rama.
Satyam.
May Chittalayaha Sada Rame Bhavatu.
May Chittalayaha Sada Rame Bhavatu.
Yes.
Agnya Prarthana form.
Laya brings in the concept of merging.
Satyam. Laya brings the concept of merging. Satyam.
Laya, the Chitta Laya. Laya means merging. Ek Laya for the music when they say you have to join.
May my mind merge in Rama, always.
Always. Satyam. Tadapi vaktam shakyate. Who wants to do the last one? Narayanan Mahodaya, you want to do the last one?
O Rama Mam Uddara.
So Bho Rama, you are addressing Rama. Hey Rama, Bho Rama.
Oh Rama.
So Sambodhana Vibhakti. Sambodhana Prathama.
Sambodhana. Oh, okay. Otherwise it would have been Hey Rama.
Hey Rama is same as Bho Rama.
Bho Rama. Bho Rama.
Mam.
Mam. Mam is Dvitiya.
Karma. Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Dvitiya Vibhakti. Karma Padam.
Karma Padam.
Uddara is uplift.
Uplift. Uttamam. Hey Rama, uplift me.
Me.
So I think you all know.
It's a form of Agnya, Uddhara.
No, request.
Okay.
We cannot command Agnya, give Agnya to Rama. We can only beg him and ask him and plead with him.
No, I meant like Bhavatu.
Agnya Prarthana form. Satyam. Agnya Prarthana.
Agnya Prarthana form is
Uddared Atmanat Atmana.
Uddhara. So one thing I think you all notice, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramena, Ramaya, Ramat, Ramasya, Rame, Bho Rama. So it is arranged in the order of Vibhakti. Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, and Sambodhana Prathama. So this is a very nice shloka. If you learn it, you can also remember the order of the Vibhakti. Astu, Samayaha Abhavat. Let us do shloka, and if anybody has questions, I will answer them at the end. Krupaya mute kuruvantu. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
Mahodaya, Boho is used.
धन्यवाद महोदय.
Elderly.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
Mahodaya, Mahodaya.
धन्यवादः.
Boho is used for elderly, addressing elderly.
No, it's not like that. Bho is hey Rama, Bho Rama.
Same for okay. Okay. Dhanyawad.
It can be used for in Telugu we have a lot of Tyagaraja and Bho Rama Shri Rama, Eni Ruchira, Bho Rama Shri Rama. Same thing. I don't know if you know that song.
OEOC.
Right.
That is Annamaya Kriti.
Annamaya Kriti va. Bho Rama Shri Rama, Eni Ruchira, O Rama Shri Rama. I don't remember it right now.
Yanta Ruchira.
Okay. Sumitra Mahoday, Prashnaः सन्ति वा?
Na Mahoday.
Viraj Mahoday, we finally covered Dvivachanam that you've been asking for a long time.
I think, just I was about Vibhakti, I was looking at it. So I think action to be complete, we need to make sure all they are all constituents of a good action, right? Means all the 7 are there, then we know that there is a subject, object, instrument, then purpose, then the place of action and for whom it is done. I'm trying to relate to the table you used to have always.
Satyam.
So in any Vaidika karma, they say you have to make sure all these are there.
Oh, evam va. I didn't know that. Usha Mahoday, Prashnaः सन्ति वा?
नास्ति.
Bhagya Mahoday.
Recording is on.
अस्ति वा?